everyone, welcome to episode 3 of our 2 months in Kruger Again. I hope you enjoyed the footage and thanks for the follow.
Well, it's a rainy day, but much cooler. And look where we are arriving at. We are arriving at one of our favorite camps. I always say that, but I think all the camps are our favorite. But this is Tsendze Rustic Camp. There's no power here, so you have to be self-sufficient. And we are booked in here now for 7 nights. But if those of you of our followers that remember, this gate comes with a special remote control. And I'll just let you know that I've made sure that the batteries are freshly charged and the gate remote is working well, so there shouldn't be any problems with it this time. And for those of you that remember my gate remote, you can see it right there. Working perfectly, as you see. Blending in blending in with the environment with her leopard jacket. How well did that gate remote work, guys? Welcome to Tsendze. Looking nice and green after all the rain. Here we are, settled in Tsendze. What a great place. And yeah, always nice to be at Tsendze. It's off the grid, so the sun's coming out now after 2 cloudy days, so hopefully we get some solar power on the panels. There are the ablutions you can see there. Always kept nice. Rogers keeps this camp really beautiful. It's known for its scops owls. He's already taken us to show us a few, so we've got some great footage there as well, which we'll share with you guys. That there, the perimeter fence is obviously to the Kruger, and then over there in the distance you can see the Mooi Plaas picnic spot. For those that know it, last year when we were here, there was a leopard in a tree with a kill in the picnic spot, which was quite awesome, quite exciting. But yeah, settled in here to Tsendze for 7 days, and hopefully we can have a good stay. So we're here at Tsendze, as you know by now. It's our first night here. The time is 6 o'clock. Look how those mapanis have flourished after the rain. A week ago, these would have just been sticks like a dead forest, and look at them, beautiful. The towels are out there drying because they got wet in the rain. Donna's sitting having a Coke. I poured myself a nice gin. And just the nice thing about this Tsendze, for those that don't know, it's this rustic camp, right? But it's in the bush. It's fenced off and it's in the bush, but you've got no power, and you've got a beautiful walk that you can take around the perimeter. Absolutely amazing. Hello, everyone. Well, have I got news for you? So we've had a bit of a rough day. So for those those that always think that it's glitz and glamour in the truck, in the Overlander, well, we've had a day. So let's start off. Our national lunar seems to have been giving trouble, so we've had to turn it off.
Given up the ghost?
Yeah, given up the ghost. It's new, so I'm positive that, and I'm hoping that National Lunar will come to the party and replace it under warranty or fix it. But I will let you know about that for sure. But I'm hoping they will. Anyway, so we've had to empty the ice and empty the fridge and load it all into the other fridge. Thank goodness we've got a fridge inside, which is great. Okay, then, as we were about to go out for a game drive, call it rookie error, call it driver error, call it what you want, but I reversed the truck and I didn't take away the levelers. We have these big wooden levelers, and I didn't take away the levelers, and I thought I was actually going to miss them, but the front tire caught the one, and I'll try to go up over it, and it caught the inside sidewall, and it sheared the sidewall completely, like a gash that long in it, and the tire just went down. So no problem. We get our nice new hydraulic jack that we used before. We used it once and it worked perfectly. Plugged it into the cigarette lighter. As it started jacking up, it blew a fuse. So we plugged it in, changed the fuse, plugged it back into the cigarette lighter, blew another fuse. So that was a problem, because now every time we plugged it in, it was blowing fuses. So we didn't have a bottle jack, because I've taken my bottle jack out and left it at home. So the nice guy here, old Rogers from the guy who looks after Tsendze Rustic camp, I went over to him and he radioed the Mopani head office. Now, bearing in mind it's a Sunday, got hold of a guy there called Amos, and he took his staff car, drove to the staff village, went and took their game viewing truck, which was also a big Isuzu, got the bottle jack, the 10-ton bottle jack out of that, brought it back for me. Rogers lent me his private car. I drove to Mopani to go and fetch it, drove it back, jacked the truck up, changed the tyre. Now, tomorrow's problem is going to be, does Phalaborwa have these size tyres in stock, or will they have to order one and we'll have to wait a few days? But listen, enough of that. Look what I've got. I'm going to pour Donna a nice Coke. I've got a nice ice cold Corona, which you know that I love Corona, and I think I deserve it. So the state of us, I've just had a cold shower. I was covered in sand and that. I've just had a nice cold shower because the temperatures are high. And now I will pick it up, you know me. But it's time for a little Corona. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. Look what we've got here. Donna is streaming the rugby. South Africa, Springboks are about to kick off against Scotland. It's Sunday night. We're going to listen to the anthems. It's 6:45, so we've got about half an hour. The Starlink is picking up the... hello, guys. How's it? Is picking up the satellite, and we're going to stream it to the computer. And we're going to sit in Tsendze, in the bush, drink Corona and gin, and watch the Springboks annihilate Scotland. Sorry, my Scottish fans. Sorry, my Scottish family. But Springboks rule. Cheers, guys. Here's to everyone. Here's to us. Here's to a rough day. Let's hope tomorrow's a lot better. Cheers. As I sit here at Tsendze, I'm writing my book. I have a visitor. Hello, buddy. What can I do for you? Actually, madam. Hey, madam. The beauty of Tsendze. Well, a lot of people say that this is not pure camping, but you know what? It works for us. We've got the fire going. We've got the front row, the rugby. Springboks playing Scotland.
Wins a collision and over he goes. The Springboks open up here at Murrayfield, but it's been an energetic start. A bit of variation from the line-out, going with a four-man line-out.
And if you have a look up there, you'll see our Starlink beaming up to Elon's satellites. Thanks, Elon, as we move into the modern era. Right, it's our last night in Tsendze tonight. The game viewing hasn't been great. Oh, not Tsendze. Tsendze. Where did I get Tsendze? In Tsendze. It's our last night in Tsendze. Tomorrow we go to Letaba. We've got the fire going. We're just going to do some burgers. Oh.
Can I interest you in a nice cold Corona?
Listen, so there are certain factors that that ascertain whether you've married well. This is one of them. This is definitely one of them. How many guys can say that their wives offer them an ice cold Corona and it's even got a slice of lemon in? Babe, I'm married well. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Here's to the last night in Tsendze, and here's to another week in Letaba, and then we'll see from there. Cheers, everyone. So we settled now. We left Tsendze and we've come into Letaba. We've got a great site here on the perimeter. Towels are out drying. There we have, what do we got there, babe?
Just cheese and biscuits.
Cheese and biscuits. Awesome. Look at this. Let's have a look. What is on there? Marmite, cheese, cayenne pepper, and Evo. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Thank you.
Is Starling coming to your rescue again, babe?
Oh my word, look at this.
Keep watching the
Tyson Jake Paul.
Tyson Jake Paul fight.
So we've taken a drive today from Letaba to Olifants. It's about a 35k drive. The sun's a bit hot and we left it a bit late this morning, so we haven't seen much at all, but it's just nice to get out. But we're coming here to Olifants camp for a brekkie. They've got, I think, the Tsendze restaurant here, and it's really nice. Get a nice breakfast. It's a great camp. Olifants, let's just let this guy go. It's a great camp, and it overlooks, got a beautiful view overlooking the Olifants River. Now the Olifants River, I might be mistaken, and I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it doesn't ever dry, well, not ever, but it doesn't often dry up even during the dry months. So there is water in the Olifants, which is always nice to see. Also at Olifants camp, they've got a beautiful lookout. I'll show you the footage now. We'll go down there and we'll have a look. They've got a beautiful lookout over the Olifants River, and of course the view from the restaurant is spectacular. One of the best you'll get in Kruger. So yeah, enjoy the footage. Are we going to enjoy our breakfast? And then I think we're going to head home in the peak of the day and go for a nice swim in the Letaba pool. We drove past it this morning. It's looking so inviting. And then tonight, I think we're going to do another, I won't call it a potjie, I'll call it a stew. Like a stew, and I think I'll make a bread, because I've got some of that dough from Palabora Spa, remember, so I'll cheat a bit because they're ready-made dough. So we'll do that, and we'll see you guys later. This is what I was talking about when you come to Olifants camp and the restaurant. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm
Very well, thanks, Sanele.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is the beautiful view that you've got from the deck of the Olifants River. You can actually hear the water running. Such a beautiful sight. Down there is that viewpoint that I told you about that we'll go down to just now. But in the meantime, we're going to have a good coffee and a good brekkie here at the Tsendze restaurant, served by the wonderful Zanele.
Hello.
Hi, Zanele. Hello, guys. So we're here at Olifants Rest Camp, and we're at the restaurant here called Tsendze restaurant. They have a few of these throughout the park, I think at other places as well, but they really, really are good. I love their menu, and there's a few staples here that I always have, but just wonderful to see that they have things like pap and kinds, which is, it's like pap and crispy kinds. I think that's like fatty bacon or something. I have that. They've got a Bubbalas breakfast burger. They've really got some great items here, and it's quite a menu, and well worth stopping over here if you ever are like in Kruger, the Tsendze. You'll find something that you really enjoy. So also got venison burgers. I saw something here. Look here. They've got something here called, what was it? Oh, they're croc bites. Crumbed crocodile bites served with a choice of dip. Peri peri, creamy, lemon butter, sauce or zesty beer. Croc bites. Awesome. And then they've got umngqosho. Umngqosho, samp, is a traditional Xhosa dish that's made of samp and beans and tomato. Also awesome, but very, very filling. I think it was one of the favorites of Nelson Mandela. But anyway, good, nice restaurant and worth coming to. So this is the walk from the Olifants restaurant or the reception and down to that hide that I was telling you about, not the hide, the lookout. Wonderful. Olifants camp, elephant camp. And you'll see what I mean when I say, look at this beautiful tree. You'll see what I mean by the view here. Absolutely spectacular. I won't talk too much when we're down there because there's people there, but you'll see what I mean. Stunning, huh? Come in. So, Madam's just got out of the shower. Washed her hair, all nice and fresh.
Yep.
Feeling good? She's smelling good.
Yeah.
And we are again streaming the rugby. So we have got here the Scotland-Portugal match. And after this is going to be the Bokke, the Springboks playing England. So we look forward to that. Got my 2 fires going. 2 fires, yeah. I'm doing one for the meat and one for the there's the start of my stew, the meat and onions just braising, and my bread starting to rise slightly, and all is good in where are we? Letaba. It's almost wine time. I get so many people wanting to know like what my bread recipe is, and quite honestly I don't have one. So I either use self-raising flour and a beer, or I just cheat and I buy the ready-made dough and then I add my things to it. But tonight I'm doing a stew. So I've already chopped up some onions and some chilies and put it in there with some olive oil. I'm going to fry that up. Then I'm going to put in these strips of beef, like a stroganoff type beef, and some diced bacon, and we've got some extra chicken that left over from the other night. And then I'm going to do some potatoes, and I've chopped up some Mediterranean vegetables here. We're going to add a few tins of Mediterranean style aubergines, courgettes, green peppers, some beans, and some bully relish, of course. And then that is going to go into the stew, and some chilies. Then I've made up a bread. I'm just going to light the fire. Now, look at this. I'm actually stepping it up a level. I'm going to use 2 braais, one for the bread and one for the stew, because otherwise I find myself trying to balance the 2 on one grid with different heats and all sorts of things. So this one here is going to be the bread, and you can see that I've already prepped it. So in there, in that bread, it's got, I don't know if you can see it well, but it's got diced bacon, it's got onions, it's got chilies, and that's it. And that is going to go on the coals. And then with some nice braai wood. I managed to get some really, really good braai wood, some thick chunks of braai wood from the Palabora Spa, which was quite awesome, and it takes so long to braai. So there we go. That noise in the background is Donna having a shower. She's washing her hair. So that's the water pump going. But yeah, we'll let you see what the finished product looks like. When your wife is a rugby fan, and even in the bush she needs her Springboks streaming. Springboks playing England. Here's to a good game, guys. Well, as promised, here is the finished product of my onion, bacon and chili bread, and we are going to have it. Can you see there we're watching the rugby store? And we are going to have it with my magnificent stew. Can you see it there, babe?
Yeah. Looks like there's
it's a beef, chicken,
load of vegetables,
potato, vegetables, everything. So here we are having our morning tea and coffee in Letaba. We wake up every morning, just sit here and listen to the morning chorus. You can hear the morning dove calling there. We've got hornbills. It's just such a beautiful sort of, and I call it the chorus of Letaba. But just listen. So beautiful waking up here and just listening to this. let me turn this fan off so we can hear. Well, hello guys. It is about 5 o'clock on Monday. We've reached excessive temperatures today, like sort of well into the 40s. It feels a bit hot.
It feels worse than
But
that.
yeah, we woke up this morning, just chilled around camp and had a nice swim. Went to the Letaba pool, which is always it's like a lifesaver, these pools. And then we just thought we'd have a little chat, so we just stopped off here and sitting. We dropped this down. We've got some waterbuck and impala and all the birds and that. And Don and I were just saying, this is one of the reasons we get asked so many times from people about whether we tow a smaller vehicle behind here, like a chimney or something that can help us get around. And I know a lot of people do that, and good for them if it works for them, 100%. But for us, we've discussed it at length. And the reason that we've gone with a truck is because of places like this where we can come and set up on a waterhole, spend a few hours there if we want to, make ourselves a coffee, make ourselves a lunch, read a book, catch up on with the binoculars, with birding and all that sort of stuff, and just basically relax. We've got everything we need. We've got the toilet. I mean, even if I want to go and have a lie down, I can go and have a lie down. So that's the biggest reason why we went with the truck, and why we don't excuse me, why we don't tow a smaller vehicle and then park this in the camp and use a smaller vehicle to go game driving. It just defeats the object. I think we've discussed it as well. We would rather then get ourselves a towing vehicle like our Land Rover Discovery or whatever, and then get a like an Echo 5 or an off-road trailer like some of the guys do, which are great. But then you set that up in the camp, and you then drive around in your Land Rover or your Cruiser or whatever you.
But I think also there's quite a few people ask that same thing: isn't it a mission to pack up everything and go on a drive?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it isn't really, because I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely not.
outside we literally have a ground sheet in our chairs which we leave when we go, and inside we just close up the windows, really,
Yeah.
and we can go. So
It's so simple.
it's really not much of
It's
a
so simple. It's almost, let's just say we had a caravan or a tent or something, and you wanted to go out on a game drive. You would have to sort of make it monkey proof anyway. So you would have to zip up all your zips and close your doors and make sure that everything's locked away.
and then probably pack a
Excuse me,
cooler
oh,
box,
I've got a thing on my throat.
pack a cooler box for drinks and things, whereas we don't
Exactly.
have to do that.
Yeah.
We've got the fridge and freezer inside. We've got ice. I mean, we can just, if it's
The
not
toilet
tea
is
and
a big
coffee,
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our reason mostly, I think that sort of explains it mostly.
And I
yeah.
suppose whatever works for you, it works for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
We prefer it, and when you get into that whole mode of that's what you're doing, it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
really
no,
a
it's such a
mission.
pleasure,
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah,
easy, and we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I think that that answers that question. What were some of the other questions that we got while we're here? We may as well answer. Yeah, fortunately for those of you, there are no elephants coming close to us that you can like berate us for getting too close to elephants.
That's a favorite.
But anyway, yeah, let's not go down that road. All right, guys. Well, so that answers that. If you've got any other questions, don't hesitate. Like, ask us, and we'd like to answer them for you guys. Right. Cheers. We'll enjoy our coffee now. Guys, thanks. Hope you enjoyed that. That was episode 3 of our series. So we've still got another one coming, episode 4, where we spend the last week or so in the Kruger, and we'll be leaving. So thanks for the follows and likes, and we'll see you soon.